What gives you peace of mind? What really is it? Those are the types of things that this month is illuminating for you. Welcome back to Uprise friends. Before we begin, I want to let you know a few very important things about today's reading, especially if you're new to astrology. These readings are for your rising sign and your sun sign. If you know both, then you can obviously check out both of them. And I wanted to share this information with you before we dive into your horoscope for this month. But before we begin, I want to introduce myself. My name is Aylin Sky. I'm an astrologer and numerologist. I'm best known for cutting right through the noise and getting the most important messages to you. My intention is to help any present-day visionary to live their best life. So if you like what I offer on this channel, then let's hang out, subscribe, ring the bell so that it notifies you every time I put out a new forecast or horoscope. I'm happy that you are here, and let's dive into your horoscope now. September 1st through the 22nd, the sun is going to be transiting in your third house. This is all about your mindset. This is going to be about how you think, what you think about, how you communicate what you think about. Do you communicate it? Do you not communicate it? All things are getting illuminated that have to do with the mind. Now, in addition to this is going to be a very busy time. Lots happening in your environment, a lot of unexpected things that might come up, schedule changes that might come up that you're going to have to adapt and adjust to. The month definitely starts out with you having to make some important decisions about your way of thinking and how you are actually communicating, and even revising certain documents. A lot of you could be revising resumes, documents, or really going back and rethinking your approach. For example, in an interview, you are going to be just on this pursuit to redefine how you actually communicate and anything in the intellectual realm. On September 9th, late, almost September 10th, Mercury is going to go retrograde. And I know I'm definitely feeling it. I know many of us are going to start to feel this particular Mercury retrograde. It starts out in an air sign. It's going to move back into a earth sign. And where is this happening for you? Well, Mercury starts to go into retrograde in your fourth house. So this will be about rethinking and redoing a lot of things when it comes to your home life. There's a lot of changes that are happening behind the scenes in your home life, and with the relationships actually that are within your home, people that you consider family members, or even just you having a conversation with yourself, what you need to do in definition to being more comfortable with your emotional world, and this ties also into your mindset. So you're working those simultaneously this month. September 23rd, the sun moves into Libra, into the fourth house, joining the Mercury retrograde that is unfolding for you. And this is going to illuminate even more so some of the things that are going to be highlighted for you in regards to your emotional comfort zones. For some of you, it might even have to do with digestion or food, or any kind of consumption of food, the kinds of comfort foods that you are currently into. There could be a revision that is going to be happening in this area as well. Oftentimes, I find that whenever I have transits going through the fourth house, this can talk about, comfort foods as well. So I just wanted to mention that really briefly. I feel like this might be really important during this month especially. So from the 23rd until the 30th, the sun is going to start to climb all the way towards 7 degrees in Libra. And so for you, this is going to be about understanding how you best operate. What are your necessities when it comes to emotional comfort zones? What do you need? What are some of the things that make you feel safe? What are some of the things that are crossing the line that don't make you feel safe at this time? And so you're going to be working out these particular subjects in the fourth house as the sun transits through there, helping Mercury retrograde kind of illuminate a little bit more of identifying what even relationship dynamics are doing at this time to comfort zones, or you feeling comfortable with, or you even in your home. right? There might be some new revisions that have to happen. You may have to literally shift things around inside of your home. That could be another thing that starts to arise here. So a lot of changes within the home life that are going to be occurring, or with the family. Another really important transit that is going to be happening is on the same day, September 23rd, Mercury is going to be at 0 in Libra, conjunct the Sun in Libra at 0. And this is going to be a time where you're going to have a complete reset when it comes to clearing up what was so confusing about your emotional well-being, your home life, family matters, even it could have to do with some areas of your life that felt very time-consuming, that felt kind of draining, but also family dynamics tied into it, or maybe your upbringing could have tied into it. And so during this time, you're going to be engaging in conversations that will have to do with regaining trust and regaining boundaries, and family definitely is going to play a huge role here. Now, at the same time as this conjunction is going on, Venus is going to be at 22 degrees in your third house. This is going to clear up confusion by bringing in a very specific remedy on how you need to think now, what you need to become softer around when it comes to your mindset, when it comes to the way in which you're communicating. There's something that is going to reset here in such a beautiful way that is going to help you clear up this like mind confusion. And it could actually come by the help of someone who is, maybe even a coach, maybe even a mindset coach, or maybe you are reading something that is starting to kind of click in at the same time as you are having this new sort of profound conversation with yourself, and then also within, your family, themes, that you are coming sort of back home to yourself, and you're coming back to a place where you can trust and kind of just have peace with yourself, knowing what the things were that were kind of getting in the way of you having a very solid mindset. So now that you've had this reset, now that you've figured out what are some of the things that you need to do in order to restore trust within family and home life and comfort zones, Mercury then moves back into the third house, which is going to be in Virgo, and it's going to continue to retrograde in Virgo all throughout the rest of the month, where you are going to be weighing out the pros and the cons of what is really important at this time, what needs to be sort of put into place, patterns that have to be put into place, but you just really understanding how to not have the kind of anxiety even about like the future or any kind of futuristic things. So here Mercury is going to kind of test you now on this new, mindset clarity that you're going to get. And what is really going to be important is how do you apply this now? How do you remain malleable? How do you remain flexible? And there are maybe some more decisions that you have to make in order to help support this new sort of mindset approach, this new attitude, or a new sort of written even a project that you could be working on, what you actually need to do, what are some of the very specific things that you need to work out to deal with whatever comes up. So Mercury in Virgo is going to help you to kind of weigh out the pros and cons here. And a few days later, on September 26th, this is when the Sun is going to be opposing Jupiter. The Sun opposing Jupiter, this is going to happen between your 4th and the 10th house. This is really interesting because there is sort of a blind spot that starts to come up between your career, how you show up in your career, and how you show up at home, and what you used to believe about these two areas of your life. There is sort of a new blind spot or a false belief of some sort that bubbles up, and you're starting to see that you're gonna have to work something out, something different, something that is needed at this time, because you can't sort of continue believing in this anymore because it just isn't the truth for you anymore. And so you have to work out what's true to you between your home life and your work life and make it work now. You have both of these themes have to work. Both of these areas of your life have to work. Now, Venus and Mercury are going to be conjunct in your 3rd house. This is going to help you to understand what level of commitment you need to be on in order to gain control over these themes I just mentioned. You are wanting to maybe gain more control, or the sort of subject matters of control are going to be coming up around committing conversations that have to do with you understanding, okay, in order for me to bring true value back, I have to make sure that I commit at this level. And it not only involves you, but it involves also other people. So these are the three areas that you're going to work quite a bit of, new structures out. This has to do with your mindset, has to do with your career, has to do with how that then ultimately impacts you on an emotional level, and even your family life or your home life. And so you're going to be working these out. And this Mercury Pluto conjunction is going to form a trine to your 7th house. This is the bonds you have to other people. So certain relationships now are going to start to get highlighted, and these relationships are going to really show you that they are important. They are relationships to hold on to. These are relationships to work things out with, and it requires for you to maybe revise something in your career that you used to give yourself to, but now you have to kind of take a step back from that. You have to really focus on your relationship dynamics, and you need to maybe redirect a future goal. It could be that you're redirecting a future goal now. Pluto in the 7th house is going to give you a lot of strength and a lot of sort of power when it comes to you understanding what your needs are and actually making them happen via your relationship dynamics. So relationships play a huge role, and ultimately all of this is going to start to give you a new pronounced mindset approach, a new way in which you're going to communicate, a new way in which you're going to feel that you can bring more peace of mind into your life ultimately as a result of it. That's a wrap on today's horoscope. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up. Have a great month ahead, and see you in the next video.